So you've marked your assets, you've followed Mill Standard 130 compliance to the T, you're ready to ship your product. What we've noticed here at A2B Tracking, certainly the last year, Mill Standard 129 shipping labels, that requirement or that compliance requirement to simply identify the shipment has certainly picked up and has been specified in contract awards, where the government is now requiring that your shipments also be identified. So you've marked your assets have been marked, you're putting it on a pallet and you're sending it over to a specific location. They want to know what that shipment is, and how you identify that or meet that compliance requirement is through a Mill Standard 129 shipping label. Mill Standard 129 is entirely different and it's completely separate from Mill Standard 130. One of the largest differences is that this label does not have to last for the lifetime of the asset. What it does is it has to last for the lifetime of the shipment. So in these particular labels, they're very standard in terms of size. It's a 4x6 shipping label. It is a paper label, or polyester label if you will. And it can come with either an RFID or non-RFID capability. That would be specified in your contract if the receiver requests RFID capability. These have an adhesive backing. One of the key pieces of identifying, the shipment, there are actually two pieces. One is the transportation control number, and that's that number at the very top of the label. That transportation control number is made up of who the shipment is going to, the shipment date, as well as some other identification for specific to the shipment. The Pdf417 barcode, which is in the lower middle, that large rectangular barcode, that's where the majority of the information is. And what's in there, it's simply identifying the shipment in terms of the quantity, who the shipper was, and where it's going to. So those are some of the key pieces of information that shows up on the label. You'll also see in the right middle, I'm sorry, Chief, we could just go back to that slide one quick second. The priority, you see the priority number 2. There are 4 different priorities. The priority would be called out in either the contract award or how it is shipped. Generally, you'll see most Mill Standard 129s with either a priority 2 or a priority 3. So what information do you need on a Mill Standard 129 shipping label? So if we can go to the next slide now, Sharif. This is absolutely required in order to provide a Mill Standard 129 shipping label. You'd need the contract number. What is the contract number on the award? The prime contractor, that would be you, and that would be your cage code. Where are you shipping this from? How many are you shipping? What is the unit of measure? Is it an each? Is it a box? The ship to code, which is the code that's identifying who it's going to, the ship to address, obviously. We talked about priority. What is the weight of the shipment? And the date that you intend to ship the product. So what happens is when you ship the product and this is being received in, they're going to scan the barcodes and they're going to identify what that shipment is to what they expect to receive in. And there should be a match. And that's how the shipment is identified. Now the shipment is received in by the receiver. Essentially the life or the value of that Mill Standard 129 label has ended because it's identified the shipment itself. It is, again, not a permanent mark, completely unlike the Mill Standard 130 where it is and it stays on for the life of the asset.